bit louder than the other one. I'm going to have to reorganise these sound bars, aren't I?
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Off the Stage Podcast. It's the show where we take musicians off the stage and into the pub to talk about the ins and outs of the music world. I was going to say music room there. Because we were in the Vaux. No, we're not in the Vaux room. We're in the smaller room in the ISIS. The sitting room in the ISIS. I'm your host, James Berry. This is Conor Michael, and today we are joined by the fantastic Vennels.
I know you.
You took my headset down a little bit.
That's Alfie.
Yeah, you were there. This is your recording.
Oh my god, unreal.
Yeah, that is actually, I just realised that. It's a blast from the past.
Oh, because you were like, oh, we've never had an applause before.
Yeah, so we honestly, we use that applause for absolutely every single episode now, so you're almost famous.
I think that was episode 10. No,
18.
18?
Yep.
Episode 18. This is episode 51. And, thanks,
Long
James.
time.
So, yeah.
That makes me happy that.
I think we probably had it in since episode 20.
Yeah.
I think James did a bit slow with the edit and stuff.
Hang on, what number are you? You're quite quiet, aren't you?
I am.
Yes. What's hang on.
I'm sure.
Whoa, shit.
That one.
This is going. Hang on.
Can I just bring my mic stand back?
No, you can't. You can do that and bring that forward. Because the closer to the mic you are, the more cool it is. Well, you just got to tap it.
Sounds.
This one.
That's number 3.
It's the one that's moving, James.
I think we should start this again.
What are you on about? This is podcast gold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There we go. Right, we all ready now. Welcome to Off the Stage Podcast.
Nothing like a technical difficulty.
Yes.
Things going on.
Exactly. Right, okay, first things first. What are we drinking? I'm dead excited to show you mine.
Reverse.
Go on, Jude.
I think I'm on a Madry. Erwin bought me this one, so
Well, a minute.
cheers for that one.
I myself am also drinking a nice Madry.
Ooh.
Same with last time.
I think I'm on a Chinook, I think it's called. A Chinook?
Chinook?
All gone loggers.
Chinook?
Chinook, probably. I don't know the names of them, to be
I don't
honest. I'm useless with names, don't ask me about flipping names, honestly.
Well, yeah, no, that's true. I always go for the whole mystery drink with James. I'm like, right, what do you want? And this is the first time I gave him a preference. I said, what type would you like? He said, I'll have a mystery drink, but I'll have like a sour if there's one. And I've come back up with one of these, and he's very disheartened straight away.
This does not look like a sour at all. This looks like a stout. However, I've been assured that this is a sour.
Maybe I lied to you. I had a guess. I know he's in.
That's definitely a sour. Fucking hell.
Not even having to crack myself.
That's almost got it's like a black currant.
Oh.
Looks like Guinness.
Doesn't it?
Slightly.
It tastes of
Would you like a sip?
Yeah, go on.
Well, let's pass it around like we're breaking bread and all that.
it tastes. I think it tastes a bit like black currant. Like
It's all right.
It's not the one that Callum got last time because he was like, oh, it's a blackcurrant stout.
It's not, no. This is brand new. I've never seen this
It's alright,
one
I'll
yet.
be fair, like.
It's lovely, isn't it?
A little blast.
Got a bit of a Haribo taste to it.
I
What do
like
you think about it?
I like that quite a
Just
lot.
going to give you a little hint into
Are
that.
you saying that's a stout?
no, it's not a
It
stout.
says it looks like a stout.
It looks
I
like a
was gonna
stout.
say.
It smells like
Definitely.
Jaeger.
I
It
do.
does not taste like a stout.
Well, he says it's like a Haribo. Does that just give you confirmation that it's a Haribo sour?
No.
Oh, okay. So why would you say it's a Haribo?
This is...
Can't you, that be fair, like.
Yeah, that's Nick for that.
I'm enjoying that.
I even got the photo of this one.
Yeah, because
Because I'm never good at remembering what these are called. This is a cherry cola sour. Which is cherry, cola, and vanilla.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
And
know
it
why?
tastes like,
really
you know when you
nice.
get the little fizzy cherries and cola
Yeah.
bottles of
Yeah,
ice?
that's the
I
one.
can see.
That's
Yeah,
the one.
It's bloody lovely, that stuff.
it is quite delicious.
Don't want me Madry now.
It was that or the orange, and I was like, I'm going for one of these.
Yeah, you know what?
This is probably one of my...
Variety is the spice of
This
life.
has got to be my top 10 stout. Sours.
I like the mad green ones, me.
Do you know what I'm going to do, actually? Next week is our 1 year anniversary for the podcast. So you guys would just
Just
out.
off it.
After that, I'm going to start ranking which sours we're getting and be like, ooh, the sour chart.
We could have like an actual physical like whiteboard,
Yeah.
and like we have them on, and then
rating.
if there's a better one, we can kind of like knock it off the top spot and stuff.
yeah.
Move things around.
Kind of like, you know, like what they used to do in Top Gear,
Yeah.
like the driving things.
Well,
but
the
it's
top
like-
times.
Yeah, the top times, but it's like the top tier of sours
Yes.
or beer in general. I don't know. We could mainly
Top
sours.
drinks.
Yeah,
Top
the top
drinks,
drink,
top
the top mystery
beverages.
drink.
Yeah.
I'll let you rate them.
And then we can that's a good idea.
That's a good
Are
show.
you doing anything
Okay.
special for your 1 year anniversary?
We're going out for a nice meal.
Yeah.
No, we've got Rich from HMV is coming by.
Oh,
And, none of you are driving. James, make sure you're not driving.
I'll make sure.
What,
I'm
you strap
actually I'm coming back from Poland on that day, so I'll probably be absolutely knackered anyway. Too knackered to drive, so
You're going to walk over because you live around
I'm
the
going to
corner.
walk over. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a few drinks. So I don't know if anybody watched our 20th special. 20th.
I remember you talking about it, and I didn't watch it.
Right. Well, basically, the plan for that was we were in the big room. We had a visit by a ghost. It was great crack. But we just drank and we put like Instagram live and stuff on. And we just had like people talking in. And we're going to get Rich in because Rich has listened to every single episode. So say hi, Rich.
Hello.
Hello, Rich.
Hiya, Rich.
See you on
Hi, Rich.
Saturday, but wait, this will come out after.
Nah,
So
you will have seen him.
you will have seen us.
On Saturday. yeah.
Probably
Apologies
won't
for
have seen me.
Wait,
Right.
possibly. Wait, we'll see.
It's not happening.
So yeah, we're kind of just, it's not so much like a rerun of who's been your favourite, but it's just good to get like an insight of someone else who's not so much playing music, but he wants to get in like the management scene as well.
Yeah,
And
fair enough.
yeah,
Well, we've always said, oh, we should all go for a drink together. So it's like, what better to just drink
And record.
a podcast at the same time? Two birds, one stone. We're just like that efficient. Just that efficient, aren't we?
yeah. So tune in next week, and thank you very much for listening. Yeah, so we're talking a lot about episode 52. We don't even know who you guys are.
That would do, but
They don't know.
oh, right, okay, because we've literally had two of you on the show separately. But
So
we are.
let's do this the special way where we'll go around, we introduce the names, who we are, what we do in the band.
My name's Jude. I'm the front man. I have actually appeared on the podcast before, episode 3, way back.
I know it's.
Was it definitely episode 3?
I think so.
I think
I'm pretty
it
sure.
was either 3 or 4.
It was, but
I'm pretty sure.
I like his
it was 3.
confidence. Keep going. I want to see if you were right.
I've not really got anything else to say. That's all I've got.
Yeah.
Tom.
I'm Tom. I'm the drummer of this band. I've also been on the podcast before with my other band, The Praetors, which I am also the drummer for.
Jude was episode 3. Meal deals and Johnny Depp.
Yeah, God, I remember that. Maybe I should start renaming the podcast.
Start it with this one. That's gone.
Yeah.
You were right with
Praetors.
episode 18. And of course yourself making a debut on episode 51.
I'm Lewis. I try and play the bass for the band.
Try.
Some say succeed, some say don't. You know what I mean?
Who says don't?
Himself.
Fair enough.
Myself mainly.
He says how a lot as well.
So you're a 4-piece, aren't you? So
Yeah.
We are.
Who's the other member?
So Jason's stuck at work. Couldn't get there. Well, he finished at 7:30, but don't think he would have made it over in time. So
Never mind.
You could have made it for part
Tuned
2
in.
or 3, let's be
maybe.
honest.
Oh well, too late now. He's not here.
I love some good organisation. Sorry, just burping out my cherry sour.
Mine's
So
full.
obviously we've had yourself on beforehand, and way back then you were a drummer. Is this right?
I think so.
No, you.
No,
you,
I've
no,
just,
you-
I've just become front
Just
man.
after.
But you were drummer beforehand.
Previously,
So
yeah.
pretty much in the year that you've been doing it, how have you found transitioning from drummer to frontman?
Piece of cake. It's been alright. It's been good. Obviously, like, you know, growing up when you like listen to music and that, you always kind of picture yourself like singing, don't you? And
I guess so.
you like when you put yourself in a band, you wouldn't think, oh, I'll play the drums. You always like want to be the front.
I mean, some people do.
Hey.
Who wants
No, I
to
don't
play
know.
the
It was
drum?
just like I don't know. Kind of growing up, I was always like, oh, I'd love to like have the balls to be able to like just play in front of people, and I never did. Because I never played guitar ever, and then I learned, and now it's happening.
Now you have the balls
So-
to do it.
Yeah, pretty much. Aye.
That's cool.
Have you guys found having Jude as a frontman?
Absolutely
Enough said.
insufferable.
Yeah.
He's been
I've
good.
been liking his kicks. Like he's been whipping out a few kicks recently on stage.
The odd stage jump.
Oh, is that like a
Like-
stage?
He's got these flares.
That he ripped.
That ripped. Getting into an Uber.
We all told him not to wear them, but to be fair, he rocked them. Like so.
So is that your like image flares? Is that the?
Flares and
Yeah,
Hawaiian
I need to
t-shirt.
buy a new pair.
I'd say it's a pretty even 50-50 split of whether people like it or not.
Yeah, it was very really like
It's like Marmite.
no one
Yeah.
was like on the fence. Everyone either like really liked them or My mother hated them. My girlfriend hated them.
My girlfriend hated them. My mother hated them as well.
Yeah.
I bet they look great.
Your girlfriend loved them, I think.
Mate, they were
I
too
loved them,
tight.
to
They
be
were too
no, they were
baggy
like-
and then too tight
were
around
too
this
tight at the top.
area.
They were like small almost at the top, and they were like massive. I'm talking
You couldn't see
massive at the bottom. But no, like
Talking
that
massive at the bottom.
funky hair.
It's a great description.
Them in a funky t-shirt. It's not a t-shirt, shirt, like, you know.
Well, with a segue, normally we have like Instagram questions in the second
Yeah.
part, but we've only got 2.
Alright.
And this actually links into what you just said.
Right, go on.
So, Mrs. Berry Beauty says, does your band have a uniform?
No, absolutely not.
No. If you could
Very
put a
few flowing at
uniform,
the
what would you go for? Would you go suits? Would you all go flares? Would you go triple denim?
I love me triple denim, mate.
I think suits would be good. Like,
I don't know.
I can't really move in a suit.
I'd gone flares, like.
I'd go
I
like,
don't think I'd suit flares.
I'd like, I kind
but
of like
no
this.
one-
No one
I
notices.
kind of like the 70s look.
No,
to be
I'll
honest.
tell you why I wouldn't go flares. There's a massive problem, even when I was wearing my school pants when I was going to school, and the kick beater would get caught
stuck.
on the top of my trousers, so it would swing back. The bottom of my trousers would go over the kick beater, and I'd try to go, and it would pull us with the rest of the kit. So flares for drums, absolute no.
Yeah, you could do like a trend where I presume it's your right leg that does the
Yeah,
kick. Yeah, where you've got flares, but you've just got like
Just got one flare.
one flare, and the other one's just like I rolled up a cut, and you just got
caped around
you walk
the
on stage with like 1 3/4 pant and 1 flare leg.
I thought you were going to say like
bands around
3/4 flare.
Three-quarter
3/4 flare.
It's got like rubber bands around
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
bottom of the leg. Yeah. Aye, flares no go for drums.
Okay.
They can cause mishaps.
So we're going flares for the rest of the band.
Yeah, I'd say.
Jason kind of wears it. Not as
He wears jeans
not as
flares.
jean.
Doesn't he?
Jason goes jean flares usually, and cowboy boots. He
Mate,
he
That's
he
what
loves
you
a
do, to be
loves a
fair,
pair of
but
cowboy boots.
You go cowboy boots, but just
Mine wearing
flares.
cowboy boots. Mine were like heeled, like black. To be honest, I was gonna wear like.
It could have been a
I'd
lot
wear for
worse.
a gig tonight. I was gonna wear, you know, the cream and like.
dude.
I was gonna wear that, but then
Dude.
couldn't really be bothered. For
Judy,
it's a bit
Judy.
more chilled than that, so I didn't. What was I saying? I don't even know where I was going.
Talk about
Saying that the
flares.
band are going to start wearing flares.
Yeah,
it's decided.
yeah. Jason wears jean flares and cowboy boots.
I'll wear retractable flares.
There you go.
Ah, there we go.
Sorted.
Zip on.
So whenever I go around, whenever I go in the country, it just goes.
Oh, you know, you should get. I don't know if you were too young to remember these, but you know, it's like the Adidas tracksuit bottoms that used to have pop. Used to pop.
Oh, I had the zip ones.
Did you have the zip ones?
No,
Oh,
zip
so
ones.
there was these
my
Adidas
time.
things. There was like that, you know, like a popper thing, like trying to think on clothes, like a standard thing. You know, like I don't know what the hell you call them. Like,
Anybody else get that feedback sound?
yeah, it's mine. Someone could be someone's phone, probably mine. No, you know, you get them on some jackets and stuff where like the pop,
Not
like, it's
kind
like a
of.
button,
you're on
but it's
about.
it's like a button thingy.
Yeah.
Well, I had that all the way down, so you could just like, but non-uniform day, loads of kickers.
Yeah,
was a
that's
cool
a
thing
bit
to do.
before my time.
All the kids used to come in with these Adidas poppy things, and people used to just like pull them. So
Non-uniform
It
for
wasn't-
me was like
I
just
hang on. See if I can-
jogger pants, or it was either tracksuit or t-shirt and jeans.
What year were you born in?
I was born in 2004.
Jeez.
We were both 02.
Or two.
Adidas popper pants, right? That's oh god,
That
oh
was 94.
yes, you can get them for 65 quid from JD. Aye, that was them there.
No, we never had them.
Aye, so, I mean,
Mine
that's-
was zips.
It was like it wasn't the girls who wore them; it was the boys. But like that all like they all kind of came loose.
Oh, that's
So people used to.
that is mid 2000s.
Oh, mate, they're coming back around.
Aye.
I think I've seen it.
I think it is. Aye.
I
mean,
put a graphic up
I had
for the viewers at home.
yes, I will do. I had the ultimate embarrassing non-uniform day one time. I came in with some knockoff Adidas. It was like 2-stripe instead of 3-stripe.
Oh no!
I've never lived it down because this must have been like year 9. I didn't understand fashion. I was like,
Yeah.
what's the big deal about like an Adidas thing? But I just got laughed at. I was like, I'm never wearing these again on uniform day.
Just took out 2 of the letters. It was AIDS instead of Adidas.
Yeah,
That's like the only thing worse than turning up in your school uniform. on
Yeah.
Monday.
yeah. I would have rather just turned up on my uniform. I'd rather have those Adidas. Actually, no, obviously I would have
There was
rather.
always
have those
one
Adidas
kid, wasn't there, that always turned up in a school uniform?
Oh yeah.
When I
didn't get the memo.
when-
There was the one that's always off sick all the time. Then they come in for like that one day.
And it's
And
just like,
there was always one that was just like, I didn't have anything to wear. It's
Yeah.
just like, do you own clothes?
yeah, I know. It's just like, do you go to the cinema and like, yeah.
when I was in primary school, I don't know what I can't really remember what it was. I'm sure it was sports day, but non-uniform. So like they were like coming in something sporting, non-uniform. So like, you know, most people would be in like a toon strip or like
Yeah.
like, you know, a Sunderland strip. So, wait, we're in Sunderland now, so I shouldn't.
So that was that one weird person that came in a Hartlepool strip.
or like
Just to be different.
There'd be one like Man United strip, but then I came in full suited and booted. Formula One Ferrari race suit, trying to do the egg and spoon race, like in this suit, sweating, absolutely sweating me bollocks off.
Had the cap and all, didn't you?
Mate, I had a helmet.
Well, we don't want to know about that.
Not on sports day, but
Did you do the sound effects?
I didn't. But
Like a spoon.
honestly, it was.
With judo was that one kid that he ran, but he ran like Naruto. He had his arms back.
Because that made you faster.
for aerodynamics. Oh god.
I was that kid, to be fair. Like, I used to like I used to kind of think that, you know, the way that the one, like, they put the one foot in front of the other. Like, I was trying to think of the example of like, if you ever see like an anime person like running.
Yeah.
I used to
They
think
just get wheels.
I used to think it was like, it wasn't like the normal running. It was like, I've got to stand up to
Demonstrate.
do it.
Go on,
Go on, across the camera.
So it's like,
I love when you know what clip's going to be promoting the podcast.
Yeah.
well, it depends how.
Are we stretching already?
Yeah. So if you did that and then you did that.
Yeah. I know the one.
Faster. I've got my change in my pocket. So it was like, so it's kind of, I can't really see, man.
Oh, your feet just kind of kicked back as
It's
opposed
like
to going in front of you.
Yeah, it's like you kick back and then like the gravity pushes you forward.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Well, being an
Because you're not swimming.
being an ex-athlete.
Athlete.
Yeah.
Ex-athlete.
Ex-athlete. I used to have
There's a story.
Oh.
I used to do athletics a lot, like, and then I quit it to do drums. But
What's
right
more
decision.
exhausting?
you are?
What's more exhausting?
That depends. Like, it depends on what I did, because if I was doing a pentathlon, 100% way more exhausting. But if I was just doing like a 6-jump long jump competition, then it was a piece of piss.
Is that like 5 things in?
Yeah. So back when I was in like year 8, I want to say, year 8, year 9, I would do pentathlons, and so that's at least for my age group, it was 80-meter hurdles, long jump, high jump, shot put, and then an 800-meter at the end of it.
Jeez.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, you'd think. It was the 800 that really killed us. The rest of it was fine. Like, I really enjoyed all the events, and then the 800.
400 versus 800, I think.
You are?
400. Harder.
No, I
would
wouldn't
say.
say it was. Some people say it was because a 400's more like an all-out sprint. It's like the longest sprint that you can get, and then an 800 is classed as middle distance.
Yeah.
But I did a 400 hurdles race once, and that was
that-
easier. That was way easier than an 800. 800
was it
was
really?
horrendous, because there was one time I had the competition of my life. I had like 4 PBs all in the events, and I got to the 800, right. And then this was like to qualify for nationals for the entire team. And he was just like, all right, so pretty much all you have to do is just beat this person, beat this person, beat this person, and then we're through. And then I had a panic attack.
Oh,
I
shit.
just ran it as slow as I possibly could until the last 100 meters, and then absolutely pelted it. And then I overtook all 3 of them. So
Oh,
I made
really?
an actual
Oh,
sign.
well done.
That's why
Flipping
you
heck.
press the clap button.
Oh yeah, it's, I know.
Yeah, we're going
Well,
to get the
I
clap
don't know,
sign.
because
Well done.
is this not going to clap yourself technically?
Technically it will, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Everyone loves a bit of self-love.
But anyway, clap yourself anyway. That one. Yeah. And then you. Yeah, you too.
But yeah, to answer your question, it really depended, because I did all sorts, back, especially back in like middle of secondary school. But there was one gig that we did recently at Fitzy's, just down the road, and I did it with Vennels, and then I also did it with my other band, and it was both in a row.
Yeah.
So there was one band, then Vennels, then Pritus, and then Pritus is the way more strenuous,
Heavy.
Yeah.
way more strenuous.
Scary, really.
So by the end of that gig, I was fucked.
Yeah.
Absolutely dead.
Well, It's drummer life, isn't it?
It is. Honestly, it's hard work being a drummer. Like
It is.
It's the arms and everything.
And since we're into the Instagram questions, and there's only one more, I'm just going to fire this one straight into you. At the Outtakes Band Official.
How
about
shout out Jack Anderson.
What inspired you individually to start a band? That's all the Instagram.
Well, I joined late, so I'm completely out.
I'm the longest stand. Erwin was also slightly late by a couple of months.
When you say your name,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just his name.
Throwing us off, yeah.
Sorry. I don't know. I just always growing up. I always like wanted to do it. Had two passions: music and F1. That was like
You don't say.
And once you failed the egg and spoon race,
You completed that ambition.
Go karting was too expensive, so
you thought music was cheap.
Started playing the. I was a child. I didn't really know, but started playing the drums. I don't know how old I was. I got a drum kit like when I was young. Played it a few times. Didn't play it properly. Just kind of hit things, like as a kid does, and then didn't touch it for years. And as I got older, I think I must have been about 14. Got my electric kit back out, playing again, and just kind of got better and better. Joined another band when I was in sixth form.
What band was that? I haven't heard this before.
We were called Mola. We didn't really do anything really. Like we played a lot of covers. We didn't do any gig. We did one gig which was like a school like concert thing. Played two Catfish songs. We did a Long Shot and not Fallout. What's it called? Twice. And never. Then COVID happened. And that kind of stopped. And basically, our old singer, I went to primary school with him. Didn't go to secondary with him, but we kind of kept in contact a bit. And he knew I played drums, and he was wanting to form. It was him who kind of formed the band. So originally it was him, Dino, who's gone now, and Jason.
Dino.
And he knew me as a drummer, so he kind of pulled me in. It took 1 month to like actually get together and do it. It was one of them things like, I will have to do it. And then just fannied on. Then got together, and then it kind of just went from there. That was October 2020. So it's been going a while now.
Yeah, it's good.
It's flown by. The time's absolutely flown, and then after like the final lockdown, April 21, we got back, got rehearsing again. This is when Erwin joined. Did our first gig August 21, and then Tom joined about a year ago.
Yeah, about April last year I joined because there was a fiasco. I won't go into any more than that.
Well, you can if you want.
We love a fiasco.
I'd let you explain that.
It wasn't.
If you want to know the story, listen to episode 3. Because I think I touched on it then.
Oh, right.
Because that was right after it happened, so I probably went into a bit like that.
I'll go into all the gruesome details.
It wasn't that bad, really.
Nah, it wasn't. It was
I
just...
think we should talk about it in part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part 3. Maybe get people to.
Got nothing planned for part 2, James.
I've got I might have a Just Ask James or something, but okay, we'll decide when.
One thing I find weird as well is just like they were all talking. They was like, oh yeah, they got the whole band together. I didn't even decide that I wanted to do music properly until lockdown, because
a lot of people say that.
Yeah,
I was playing lockdown.
Like I've played drums for years. I started when I was like 11, and I'm 19 now. So I've been playing I've been playing 7.5 years now. So pretty considerable portion of my life.
Yeah, that is
And I had an electric kit because I always loved it, but I didn't think I could, get anything more serious out of it. And I was practicing like every day over lockdown because, I had nothing better to do. I was the year that had the GCSEs cancelled. So like 2020 was when I was supposed to get out of secondary school. So we had 0 GCSEs. So as soon as we left in March, it was... We're like, all right, you're gone. You don't have anything to do. So while everyone was sat doing virtual lessons, I was just living my best life just from March until I went to college. And literally every day I would just sit on my drums 2-3 hours a day in my nana's dining room. Just it's the only place I could fit them. My room was too small. And just sit in my nana's dining room because that's where we were living. Just play for about 2 or 3 hours. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it, let's give it again. And then we went to the Gateshead College Open Day. I went to see computer science because that's what I was actually thinking about doing. And then I was like,
I could proper see you as like a computer scientist.
I said to my mum, oh, can we go see the music section? Just for shits and giggles. And I went down and I was in fucking awe of it because Like my school was shite, especially with music. Like the drum kit was, the bass drum head. Like I broke the bass drum head like in year 10, and it didn't get fixed. So like when like it got to like just before I left year 11, and it was just a massive flap of it just hit it and it just went. And that's like the kind of level that they didn't care about the school, at least the head teacher, because he's a wanker. I'll get into that later. And
I love part 2.
Yeah.
So excited. Fiascos and wankers. That's the title of the
That's the
podcast.
title.
Fiascos and wankers.
Fiascos and wankers.
You know what? I'm going to save this because I always think of these things and I forget about them. So I'm going to
Save it for Fiascos and wankers.
Fiascos and wankers.
Good title.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And so the school was shite. The drum kits was shite. My mate there was an electric kit and an acoustic kit throughout the entire school, and my mate went like this on the electric kit, and it broke. Like the entire arm fell off of the pad, and I was just like, oh fucking hell. So when I actually went to Gates College to do this open day, and I looked at the kits that they had like rolling kits, and like they're like 1,500 quid a piece, and had like 2 of them, and I was just like, Jesus Christ. This is ridiculous. I've never known anything like it. It was wild. And the kits at the time were good. Now they're shite. But the kits at the time were like
Actually, you've been let loose on them.
You are?
It's because you've been let loose on them.
Shut up. Just because I've broke three bass drum heads, 2 floor toms head and a rack tom head while I've been at my time at Gateshead does not mean I destroyed them all.
Exactly. Just majority of it.
Yeah, so I went there and they were like, and I was like, oh, actually, I'd love to do this, you know. I'd absolutely love to do this. And then I picked it over computer science, and here we are now.
Yeah.
You found out that everyone needs a drummer.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah. I mean, like, I was really struggling to get into bands. Like, originally I was asking about, like, I remember, who did I ask? I think it was Josh Thurlow, and who mixed us. And he actually recommended you. I was like, oh, is there anyone that needs a drummer? And he recommended you. And I was like, oh, I've like this message. But, like, literally, like, a day later, he was like, oh, there's a band looking for a drummer. It was you.
I'm on my 12th drummer now.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny because like when our old front man left and like would kind of knew I was going to take over because this is after I'd started learning to play guitar and started doing open mics, and it was like, right, we need a drummer then. And I messaged Josh because I knew he went to college, and I thought he'll know someone. And I thought it'd take a while, to be honest. It was next day he was like, oh, this kid, can he give us your Instagram? And I obviously messaged you, brought you along to a session with.
I'm very surprised he actually gave him me, because it was another drummer that like kind of people more geared towards, because I was like very loud, and like that's I was known for being that loud drummer. And
we know.
I don't even try to be loud. It's just I've just
Style?
It's a drummer thing. It's like,
I think I've just got good wrist strength.
sometimes the lads in rehearsal will be like, oh, can you not play a bit quieter? And I'm like, it doesn't happen. You cannot tone down playing the drums. It's not like you can't just turn your guitar, like you can just turn your guitar down. You cannot like tone down the way you play the drums.
Especially like some of the fills that I do, it's like it's really like some of them are like quite ridiculous, and like obviously, you know, the sign of a better drummer, you can do it in multiple dynamics, but like it gets to the point where like the fill needs a certain kind of intensity, and you cannot have that intensity without being loud. But Josh gave us their number, and then I started forming a band, the Priters, and then I had another band was just like, oh yeah, and so all of a sudden in the space of about like 2 weeks, I was in 3 bands from zero. Yeah, it's a band called Equidum. They were a thrash metal band, and they're doing bits now, to be honest.
Oh, did you leave?
I left because it was in Sunderland, and they were trying to rehearse weekly, on top of rehearsing with you, on top of rehearsing with writers, on top of work, on top of college.
You jumped the wrong shit.
On top of having a bird as well, that takes up time.
And so it kind of got too much.
You can get too much like that kind of stuff.
And now I'm just stuck with these, and I'm playing with my other band as well.
So what's your bass story?
Oh, just the same as every other bassist. I wanted to play guitar.
Was it guitarist?
That's my story.
And then
I was like, we had 2 guitar players, and I was like the shit guitar player. So it was like, well, I'll be the bass player.
See, it's funny because you were actually probably the better guitarist. Like I think when we started the band, I think you were probably a better guitarist than Jason was. Definitely, like no offense, Dino, if you're listening.
no,
Probably
Dino
more
was good at
offensive.
his.
Dino like was riven, but like I mean like
He didn't want to be any better than he was.
Yeah,
He was just happy playing
he was
what
happy at his
chords he could
level.
play.
We'll miss you, Dino.
That's pretty mean.
So I would have said you were probably better than Jason at the start. But obviously, Jason has like
He was already in there.
experienced.
He was already in.
Exactly, like, that was like the foundations, and then
So I bought a Squire bass and then learned to play it. And here we are.
Now you're on podcasts.
There we go.
No, on podcasts, yeah. I meant these podcasts. These are great.
I dare say we should call that a part.
A part
I
one.
believe so.
Yes.
Part one.
It's been a fantastic part one.
Yes. Let's see if I can. My friends. I need to turn this up, don't I? Hang on.
I feel like we've been rambling on for like
That's what podcasts are.
ages. I know, but like,
Thank you for tuning in to part one.
Part two. Hang on, here's the crescendo.
Stick around for part two.
Where we talk. What the fuck we're talking about?
Fiascoes and
Fiascoes and wankers. We'll see you in a bit.
Can we also just record the bit where he goes, that's it. Down.
Hello there!
Hi guys, we are here to tell you about our festival. On the 17th of June this year, from 2 o'clock at the Ship Isis, we are hosting our very first Off the Stage Fest.
We certainly
James,
are.
tell them who we've got.
We have headlining the Neoelectrics.
Woo! Most people go headline last, but go on.
We've all. Well, I don't know how to do this. It's the first festival we'll bloody host.
We have Yuma, Sam Shields, Josh Hennigan, Philip Jonathan, Black Moss, Electric Circus, and Fire Lady Luck. And then on our final 3 acts of the night, we have
Fail to Ignite.
LN. And who's headlining, James?
The Neoelectrics.
Ah, you never heard that before. It's going to be no fixed fee. You just walk in, you pay a donation, whether you want to pay a penny or you want to pay £1 million or even more, by all means. We don't take a cut. It all goes to the acts. If you pay $1 million, we might take a little sample. But realistically, no, we're not going to take anything. It's going to be given to the acts, split equally, and there'll be a separate tip jar as well on the stage. If you can make it all day, make it all day. If you can't, doors open at 2. Well, doors probably open like 1:30, really.
Yeah,
the first
1:30.
act's on at 2.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of all we need to say.
Yeah,
Turn
I
up,
just-
Ship Isis and Sunderland.
And
17th
this
of June.
camera's fucking wonky. I've just realised.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway.
you look taller for once.
Yeah, that's true. Actually.
And either enjoy the rest of the pod, or I hope you enjoyed the episode. I don't know where this clip comes into it.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll see you on the 17th of June.
See you later.
L plus ratio.
What percentage is this like? It's
It's a cherry sour, man.
cherry sour.
It's not cherry sours. It's
Cherry cola sour.
Vanilla.
it's a cherry cola sour.
4.6.
Sours is something different.
Oh, it's lush. That.
4.6.
That's nice, isn't it?
Right, it's fucking high.
That's
then.
proper nice.
Mate, Foster's has went down to 3.7, you know.
What percent?
Aye.
I thought you said like
More of a
I
reason
thought you
not
were
to
talking
get
like
Foster's.
pounds there. I was like, oh, that's not bad. £3.70.
3.7%.
Wonder why? Unless they just like added extra water for like costs.
Well,
Watered
that's
down
more,
even
just,
more
that's
than.
just more of a reason not to get Foster's. It's the worst lager.
Yeah,
You know
Foster's
what?
and Kers.
It's been ages since I've seen Foster's in a bar.
I saw Foster's in the bar last time I was in the bar.
Drank Foster's in a bar.
I went. I was at my girlfriend's 18th, like the Friday, and the only lager that they had was Coors, Carlin, and Foster's, like
Foster's.
which is like my.
may as well just have the
my
same
bottom
lager.
I was
three.
gonna say I don't see Foster's anymore. Like round, like you used to see every single bar had Foster's. I don't think that's the
It
case
had
anymore. Is
Woodpecker
it?
as well. I don't actually know what Woodpecker is. I've never had
a
it.
cider.
It's a sweet cider.
It's a sweet
It's
cider.
minging.
I don't mind. I prefer Strongbow. Like I mean, they're both like shit ciders, but like
I once bought it because I like the look of the can, and then it was
We were talking about that last time. There was a kind of, well, I think it was cider or something like that, and it was called Arrogant Bastard.
no, it was that was a proper like it was like a 10% stout ale that just tastes like shite. But the can actually said on the can, like you bought this because you're an arrogant bastard. We know it tastes like shite and you're gonna drink it anyway. It's like touche.
Arrogant
Bastard at times. Yeah. I guess we're back now. Yeah.
As we say, if you wanted to record any soundboard clips for it,
You could have like 2
I'll do them part
soundboards.
1, part 2.
You could be like
episode
part like
23 or something from Dan.
It has to do it around the Lord of the Rings theme as well, though. It has to be done.
Oh
I
yes.
like when it was like that was it for part 1. Very David Attenborough kind of vibe.
Thank you.
You know what? I might actually just take that with the background, and then just use that as like the ending to the part 1. So you can feature on the claps and the end bit. You know, just
I have our own section for
I
yourself.
know. I'll have to make
You'll
it.
have to give us credits.
I'll have to get you like a colour board,
You'll have
kind
as
of
much
like
royalties as Ollie Murs gets. Sorry, Ollie, I know you watch this.
I imagine if he does, imagine if he like Ollie
I
Murs
reckon
actually goes just like,
he
"Ooh,
might have. You might have dwindled in an episode once and went, this isn't for me.
Yeah, definitely.
But he
talking
did
about,
record
like,
recommended it. So
we're talking about like, Jack Black, if you're watching, get on episode 20.
well, we were, but we actually got Ollie Murs to do the thing for the podcast.
Fair enough.
When was that? HMV, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like December. Last
Yeah,
year,
you
wasn't
got
it?
like a signing. You went to a signing thing.
I went to a signing, but then I signed for.
Oh, I thought it was one of them like Fiverr things.
No, it was Ollie Murs. Like actually, like you met
Jimmy
Ollie Murs, and he asked Ollie Murs to.
Well, I didn't. The crack was
Rich asked Ollie Murs.
intended to ask Ollie Murs, and we got so close to the front, and then the manager was like, "Right, that's it for voice notes because we're running out of time, and everyone could just get like photos and stuff." And I was like, "Oh." So I was quickly messaging Rich like, "You've got to try and get him to say, hi, I'm Ollie Murs, and you've been listening to Off the Stage podcast." And then we got that after all that he sent it through. It was like,
Hi, I'm Ollie Murs, and you'll be listening to Off the Stage podcast. Make sure you tune in next time. I don't think he sounds like that.
I don't know what Ollie Murs sounds like outside of his singing. I've never heard the man speak.
Essex.
Not like that.
Full of Essex, bruv, innit?
Hi, I can't do Essex. Hi, no, it's not. Hi, no, it's not. That's like really posh. That's
Go on,
Rishi
keep going,
Sunak. That, and
James.
it's
Hi, guys.
Hi, I'm Rishi Sunak.
Oh, fuck that.
Hi, I'm Ollie Murs, and you've been listening to Off the Stage podcast. Make sure you tune in next time.
I thought it was quite close. Hi, I'm Ollie Murs. I'm sure
You've
that's.
gone a bit like nasally.
Hi, I'm Ollie Murs.
I thought he's a bit. Maybe that's just because it's like trebly.
Apple there.
Yeah,
Still not on the
This
iTunes.
podcast is just one big shit
what's
post.
even
I'm
happening?
convinced of it.
yeah. That's the plan anyway. Frulies, cherry cola sours, and just shit crack.
It's a shame we've got a better title. So, Fiascoes.
Oh, that could be.
Fiascoes and wankers.
What happened?
How are you?
I shouldn't really go for professionalism. I shouldn't really go into the detail. But,
I will place you a £2 bet that the guy you're about to talk about doesn't listen to this podcast.
Yeah, probably.
Bro, £2.
Probably. I don't.
I
have
don't mind
£2.
losing £2.
I don't have £2 to lose.
Fucking 50 quid,
Long story short, we're kicked.
No, I want short story long.
Well, I don't know. There wasn't really a long story. Just
He just wasn't like. So did he just like? It was just case he wasn't pulling his weight or anything, or was he
It
just
was-
being a bit of a div?
what was it? Was like.
Jude, you can do
I remember
this.
one story you told
I'd
us
say-
about like meeting with a manager. I think it was.
Oh, I'm not gonna. I can't even bother to go into that because that really winds us up. Still.
I'll go for what you told us.
Because you could use like a politically correct word. It's like we had personal differences.
That's what I was trying to do, but then you were asking for the long story. So.
Oh,
I remember you saying like it was you just went to meet with a
Right,
manager.
let
you do it,
I'll
I'll
try
let
and
you
do
do
it the politically correct way. There was
Some
I'd
slight
say
digs.
there was slight unprofessionalism on his part.
Slight.
There became issues with like when he was working, he was missing a lot of rehearsals, and yeah,
so he just wasn't pulling his weight basically.
pretty much.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
When you all like dressed up in like suits and everything, and like
Not
not
suits,
suits,
but
but like really
handing him a
smart-
notice.
No.
Don't get us onto the Nigeria tracksuit.
He came
Not
in
on the
and
door like,
oh man,
nah, I think
What was it a
done that.
Nigeria tracksuit?
Nigeria tracksuit.
Like they were all like dressed up like all nice.
Like a band, and then a Nigeria tracksuit on the front with glasses that had no lens in, or like had like not glasses, like just glass.
It's the drummer.
Eh?
The drummer.
No, I was the
You
drummer.
were the drummer.
I was the drummer.
Ah, yeah.
So who was this guy then? Was he the singer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh right, I see. Right, okay, that makes sense.
And then everyone was dressed up all nice, just like meet with this, like it was a good opportunity, and he like rocked up like half an hour later, something like that.
For the manager interview.
Yeah, he
Oh,
like
so-
rocked up like half.
I'm getting it
an hour
now.
late and like in a,
Right.
a Nigeria tracksuit. And
So,
everything
yeah.
like that, and he just rocked up and he was just like, "Yeah, all right, lads." And it was
Oh,
just
was this
like,
the meeting?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
so
a
yeah, so you,
Nigeria tracksuit,
so basically, I mean, I can probably answer this right. So yeah, you wanted to make a really good impression of this manager,
Yeah, and he was like,
And he
mate,
just-
he was like, yeah, Reese, like,
and then the manager was like, this isn't gonna work, and you're like, well, for fuck's sake, you daft. And then yeah, I'm not allowed to swear.
Yeah.
They would draw the line at the C word.
No.
yeah. Anyway,
Well, we've got one, and
Since your
I don't
episode,
want to
yes.
use it. Yeah. Since
Oh, we haven't had you back since.
Yeah.
We've put a limit on the C word since we had, was it Alfie? Gaffer, who was taking advantage of putting about 30 of them in the space of 10 seconds.
Yeah.
We went, we're going to get kicked off YouTube and Spotify. Let's limit to one C word a podcast now. Yeah. You swear
That's
what
fair
you want.
enough.
Yeah, one C word because you guys fucked it.
He's a lovely bugger though. You kind of follow him.
Are you still ran by him?
Well,
What's the crack?
I don't really know, to be honest. Like, he's still like, yeah, not really, no. It was kind of just a short-lived thing.
He was just basically he was a mate of the band who wanted to be part of the band, but
He offered us it, and he was like, but like a bunch of stuff got in the way of like a few of us, and then he also had some other stuff going on, and it just kind of didn't work.
it's fair enough. It happens.
Was it just like a mush?
It just kind of like, you know, right thing, wrong time.
All right.
It's a very politically correct way of saying things.
One of
Right
my-
thing, wrong time.
one of
Because
my
that's literally
pals
what it
once-
was.
Yeah.
One of my mates once were out, and he was mortal. To be fair, like he was like, "Oh, if I was to pay you $1,000, could I like manage you?"
What does that even
Why would that even-
Although I think there was
You
a
can
story-
pay us anything you can manage us, you know what I mean? Like,
I said no, like, because I thought, what do you know about me anyway?
There was on the topic of fiascos and wankers, there's this other wanker that I know. And
We haven't even got to wanker number 1 yet.
I know, this is a wanker number
2.0.
0.5, I suppose. And he was, it was with me other band, and
Priors are the one that...
yeah, Praters.
Okay.
And yeah, listen to her. He was because we've been like, we kind of pride ourselves on being quite professional, at least for the most part. And he was like, we're quite a close-knit group, we know exactly what we're doing, and this fella has proven himself to be a colossal wank stain. And there was just he tries to pretends that he's like kind of friends with her, at least in his own
So is it like a
mind.
fan kind of thing? It's not like someone
I don't
involved
think
in the
it's
band.
a fan, because we'd never ever speak to him, and then there's only had ties with like a friend of a friend, and we've just like the shit that he's done to the other friend has just been like, oh god, he's such a nut. I don't know personally. It's just like, you know,
It's like
stories being told in passing that I've long forgot because it was a while ago. But
These guys are really good at getting out of questions.
I
aren't
know,
they?
it's like-
I don't like it.
well, that's not it. That
you know what?
yeah.
I feel like I'm
Give
on
me some
episode.
dirt.
I'm episode of Loose Women here. Just like
In all honesty, I don't like. It's like I'm not the person to say because I wasn't at the forefront of it. I didn't actually know what happened. But he just messaged me out the blue. He's just like, oh, if you're ever looking for a rhythm guitarist, like I'm sure I can pop in. And we've all, right. Number one, he's not the best.
no.
We've heard some of his stuff before, and his timing's a bit off. Like
Who's this?
horrendously.
Even like, I mean, yeah.
Oh, I'm interested
I'm
to
not
know if we
gonna
know
judge.
them.
I'll tell you in the break.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you.
We
now.
should make an OnlyFans where like we
yeah.
give us
Then we'll see you in part 3.
like a behind the scenes, so you pay
Do
like
a
a monthly
Patreon part 4.
Patreon part 4 where you like tell us who these people are, so everyone has to, because everyone's going to want to know who this is.
Yeah.
So
But he was like, oh yeah, and he messaged. But the thing is, he didn't message the band account. He messaged our bassist because he is the only one that actually kind of knows him.
yeah.
And for context, this fella got kicked out of college, like suspended from college for being found in the car park, like the multi-story car park of the college, surrounded by 2 bottles of vodka, absolutely pissed out of his head during a school day, missing lessons.
I thought you were going to say
we've
wanking
all
there,
done it.
like a
By
literal
himself.
wanker.
Speaking of
Yeah.
wanking,
I think we might know who that was.
Yeah.
there's been a recent fiasco at college as well, is that there's been someone that has been kicked out because he's been wanking in the toilets and leaving splooge marks all over the stalls.
You've got to clean up after yourself.
How did I know it was him?
Mate, I couldn't be bothered
test
to do
because
it.
someone caught him and then reported him. But like the college,
Are you not in the cubicle?
What a grass.
like he left, someone left the cubicle. He left the cubicle open, and then someone walked in and caught him wanking.
Where he gets his own fault then, innit, really? Like,
Oh yeah, and there was like, and it's been a thing because it was like, we called it the mystery splooger, and like it'd been happening because there was splooge marks all over the place, and like, you know, sometimes it was a bit fresh, and we've been
It
like,
just doesn't
and then
taste stale, does it? That's been like 3
you know,
minutes
the
ago,
thing
that.
is, it's like, oh, someone's been fucking wanking in the toilets. And then someone actually caught him, whoever it was, and he's been kicked out. And
So go to Gateshead College.
you are?
Go to Gateshead College.
Yeah, so go to Gateshead College.
My
But that's like, it was ridiculous. But that kid was just like, he was like absolutely mortal out of his head, being like abusive to the staff and everything like that. And
happens sometimes,
and then he's
like,
just like he has the audacity to come up like,
all
these
been
things
like,
I'll show
happen.
you, friend. You can play rhythm guitar in our band, and then
That's
basically
red-
he just left him on open. He didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
And then
Is this the same person? I've just completely lost the jump here. Is it the person who got caught wanking, the person who wants to be rhythm guitarist?
No, there's two different
so there's
people.
two people. There's the mystery splooger, and then there's also the other fella.
Okay.
The
We're
mystery
going to find out who
splooger
they
is-
are soon.
yeah.
The mystery splooger was just
no longer a mystery.
considering this episode's called Fiascoes and Wankers, and I actually know of a literal wanker.
Yeah, that is like I was going to say like a literal wanker. And I'm going to have to call this. I'm going to like I say so because after the set, I was going to do it like let's do it like a fresh start at week 52. Make a call it season 2. Then I was going to, but that I might just like we'll just make the thingy this one.
Shouldn't that then be week 53?
Oh yeah. Well, I'll make this one.
Are we
the
episode
start.
52?
51.
I'll start
You're
calling.
technically the last episode before we go on.
So I'll start calling the episode specific things
I'm wrong.
on this one,
Good man.
and we'll think of I'll have to make sure I write it down before I leave.
How are you going to spell it? Because you can't just put that on Spotify.
I'll just star it
Yeah, star it.
like
Fiascoes and W, or just
Fiascoes and
W
dot-
dash and then
Star.
For all Spotify, no, it could be Winkers,
Aye, could be.
Yeah,
Fiascoes and Winkers.
which sounds
Yeah.
like a slur, to be honest.
Aye,
I can't
nah.
lie.
Sounds worse than wankers.
yeah. That does. Winkers. Not worse than a winker.
Wonkers. Yeah, Willy Wonka. There you go.
I'm off to a chocolate factory in a couple of weeks. 2 weeks today, I'm so excited.
Ah,
Bought my tickets on the last episode. Yeah.
What, you got to a chocolate
Cadbury's.
factory? I went there when I was like 4.
It's amazing.
It was mint.
Then you walk around and they're just like, here's a piece of candy. It's-
Where at? Where's that?
It's Birmingham.
Have you got
So-
an address?
Yeah, Cadbury World, Birmingham. So,
I went there. There was like
I'll look it up.
chocolate high heels in like massive plexiglass.
you get to make
It
your
was
own chocolate
mint.
at the end, like
Yeah.
your own flavour. So I did like strawberries and cream kind of thing. But yeah, so my tour that you guys started finishes in Birmingham. So I'm in York this week, and then next Thursday I'm in Wolverhampton, and then that Saturday I'm in Birmingham. Then the Sunday I've got tickets to my Villa Brighton game. Hopefully we're taking Europe after that.
yeah.
And then on that Monday,
Oh, well, you're a Villa fan, aren't you?
I am, yeah. And then
You don't come across them often, like
Nah, mate, you
Aston
do.
Villa fans.
Not OPR, you don't.
Normally because they don't admit it, like.
Well, do you not remember when
loads
we
of pride,
like
yeah.
Newcastle got relegated and then had a massive sign that was like "Cry on the Tyne" or anything, and
Sol
ever
on the
since
Tyne,
we fucking hated
I think. I was at the game.
them. Oh, yeah.
He's the one who bought the flag.
I know you're battered with 3-0, but let's be honest, Newcastle did batter you 4-0, so really, who's the better team?
But we had no manager at the first time.
And you had Steven Gerrard.
Exactly.
You've got Unai Emery now. You've got Unai Emery on a lucky fucking basis. Like
Mate,
we've got Eddie Howe, and he's better than Unai Emery, I think.
Oh, I don't know, like.
I would say he's better, like. But
Eddie Howe, like,
Unai Emery is
because
very good,
Eddie
like.
Howe hasn't been proven yet. He's a young manager, and he was always been given a shit squad because he was with Bournemouth from League 2. Took them to the Premier League with, like, you know, obviously, like, the funds that you get from that. No,
From Bournemouth.
like takeovers. Just took them to the Premier League based off
That's
like
good
the
going,
bonuses
that,
that you get from getting promoted.
Mate, to be fair,
And
look
now that he's been given a semi-decent squad, he's only bought a couple of players, and we're third in the Premier League.
Mate, to be fair, even
He's
this
doing
season
well.
aside, look what he did with us last season.
I know, it was like we
Like
took
that-
them from 9. We had 11
20th.
points in 19 games.
Yeah.
We were like, and then
We were 20th in the league.
we were bottom of the league, and we ended up finishing 11th.
Yeah. I think Eddie Howe's done fantastic for you.
He has,
but
aye.
if you're going to go pound for pound on who's the better manager, Eddie Howe's got great potential, don't get me wrong. But
Unai
as an
Emery has the.
overall-
I would say Unai Emery has the experience and the pedigree, but I think Eddie Howe
he's a
tactically
better
is
manager right now.
On a technicality, what I've said to loads of Geordies is Villa at the minute are just a season behind Newcastle. Because
Yeah.
we got taken over in the relegation scrap, and then in that
Hey,
season pushed
if
us
you
to
look at
Europe.
West Ham,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
had a
it's the
really
same
good
kind of thing.
season.
What
They-
this season?
Yeah, we were like
I don't know
we were
that.
only
I don't
above
know this
relegation
season,
because
Oh
of
yeah,
goal
at the beginning of
difference.
the season they were 17th. The turnaround the Villa had.
And
is
then
insane.
Emery's
Who'd you get
done.
taken over by? Saudis or?
No,
as
it was
in
just a
the
change of manager.
Emery
Oh,
came
shit,
in
right,
and he's
right,
took
okay,
us
yeah.
up to
I get
battle
it,
of
yeah.
Europe. It was the
I
same.
thought he meant that he'd
It's
been
the same
involved.
point tally that you guys did from Eddie Howe coming in. And
Yeah,
it's about the
that's
same time.
ridiculous. Yeah,
So
it was.
in theory, we're a season behind you guys.
I know, but Aston
Well,
Villa
that's
did have a
how
better
he's
squad
doing
than
it,
Newcastle, wouldn't you?
I don't know, like.
It was debatable. We
how
had
he's
better
doing
players
next
that just weren't
season.
gelling.
I mean, like Joe Linton was a laughing stock, Jacob Murphy was a laughing stock, and Miguel Almiron was a laughing stock. And look at them now; they're
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
Like
doing
that,
right.
unbelievable. And Sean Longstaff as well. we've missed Sean Longstaff's been injured in the past couple of games. Have you seen the results?
His brother was at my gig yesterday.
Was he?
Was he?
Really? Where
Well, not really. I did a festival and he was just hobbling about on his crutches.
Oh yeah, because he had a horrible knee.
It's not like he's a
injury.
Conor Michael fan.
Well, it might be now.
Could be,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
food on the
Bopping the hole.
Matt,
He's
you
out
like
injured
that?
for another few weeks.
Yeah.
Time Out Food Festival at
Ah,
Priory
that was
Castle.
one. Food on the top.
And is he back up here? Is he?
Well, he was.
Oh,
I'm sure he is
yesterday.
now, but he was yesterday.
Our League Two season's ended and Mansfield finished outside of the top. So
he was just there. It was like there's loads of lads like, oh, it's Mike Longstaff. Get a photo.
Longstaff, yeah.
Well, the
I'll always
girlfriend's like,
remember
"Go get a
him for
photo."
the goal he had against Man United, the 1-0 win a
I
few
remember
years
that. It was a
ago.
good screamer, wasn't it?
That was his debut.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've missed Sean Longstaff like a bunch. Like the way he kind of controls the midfield like really well, and he's like, I think like last season he was in like the top 2% of midfielders for presses
Yeah.
in Europe's top 5 leagues. He's really good. Like people think he's shite because like obviously on the ball and then he fires it.
Nah, he's not good on the ball,
Like
is he?
skies the fucking goal, but honestly, he's a massive miss, and I think people are starting to realise that now that he's out the squad and we're losing and drawing games.
Didn't he score twice against Southampton?
He did. He got a brace against Southampton. That was his first goal in 4 years at
To
St
be
James's
fair,
Park. And he scored 2.
To be fair, the way this season's gone, James scored twice against Southampton.
Yeah.
Sunderland is also very happy with their manager.
Damn
Just
right
thought
they
that
are.
was
Who's
down there.
Sunderland's manager?
Tony Mowbray.
Tony.
And he's got basically got a youth squad because all our players are injured.
They're playing the C
Are you a
team.
Sunderland fan?
Oh, aye.
No,
Well, I'm from Sunderland. I mean, it's
yeah, that's fair enough to be honest.
Nah.
but no. Well, we're one game away from Wembley.
What's going to be crazy is if Sunderland win this second leg, Middlesbrough win the second leg, they go to play the Carabao
The playoff final versus
on the
Sunderland.
27th of May, which is also the day that Newcastle would start going down for the Chelsea game because they play on the 28th of May. So the entirety of London.
Weatherby services.
Middlesbrough and Newcastle fans.
Oh god.
The Battle of Trafalgar, I'm going to call it. Where it's like they're going to need a new plinth.
It was like, what is it? Luton Town that I like.
Luton
third or
Town,
something?
yeah.
Luton,
Their
aye.
stadium's like someone's
It's-
back on.
Honestly,
No,
it's,
right,
it's
so
ridiculous.
the
aye.
turnstiles, right?
It's like between
you
two
walk
houses,
through
isn't it?
someone's back garden.
Yeah, literally, aye.
It's ridiculous. I'd love to see Luton Town in the Prem.
It would be meant like. I mean, I wouldn't because it means they would beat us.
I like another look.
They need
The
to
thing
win
is,
2-0
I'm happy
though.
with whoever goes through because Luton Town, right, would be an unbelievable underdog story, and then Sunderland would get Derby's back.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
it.
fair, you want the derbies.
Yeah, I'm
Liverpool
not
commentary,
looking
wouldn't
forward
you?
to the derbies. Like, I'm not gonna.
I mean, he's won the last 6 or something.
Aye, so well, you never know.
Mate, when was the last derby? It was what, 2016?
It was a while ago.
Yeah,
But
There was
We've
wasn't
been
the one
shite
played behind
this one.
closed doors pre-season.
No, it doesn't count.
Does it? I think it was like I don't know.
that was like an under 21
under 21s.
things.
I mean, who won? I think it was Newcastle too.
Sunderland won.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
but
Sunderland under 21s are better than Newcastle under 21s. Like, but
we've got a good academy. Like, but I mean, it doesn't really mean
loads of
anything
players
to
come
be
from
honest.
Sunderland Academy. Like,
Yeah, well, we've had. I mean, you think Jordan Pickford, Jordan Henderson,
Henderson.
all the Jordans. I mean, they're
Mike
the two
Jordan.
main ones. Yeah. They're the two main ones that came from the academy.
yeah, so
this podcast should start becoming off the pitch.
Yeah, off the pitch. I know. We'll have to diverge back onto the music.
I was
Oh,
just about to. So then I do the Villa game on the Sunday, and then my missus has come down with the kids on the Saturday for the gig, and we're off to Cadbury's World on the Monday. Just there.
it's like
And
I'm about
then
to go to music, go to Cadbury World.
and then I'm back up. But yeah, so that's the tour.
Yeah.
The tour that you started, it's nearly over. It's not a tour because somebody kicked off about that.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, I've seen
selection of gigs within a certain space of time, played in different cities.
Somebody made an anonymous Facebook post on the music pages. They were like, why are people calling it a tour when they're just doing like...
They use examples and use your gigs.
They're like, when you're going from
Seen it.
Newcastle to Whitley Bay in spaces of like different months, and I was like, because I'm going Newcastle, Whitley Bay, Sunderland, York, Wolverhampton, Birmingham. And I'm like, just because I can't afford to go, on Monday I'm going to do Newcastle, Tuesday I'm going to do Wolverhampton, I'm having to pay for the tour. Yeah.
Is there going to be a net loss?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
There's always
Yeah, you don't- yeah.
The thing is, sometimes you have to take
If you-
losses to like
As
get
if-
yourself out there.
if
don't
you-
As if you think anyone's
to be
making
honest,
money in music that isn't Ed
like-
Sheeran.
Yeah.
With that gig on Saturday, Jude, right? If I somehow managed to finish 2 hours early, that's literally me like paying £20 to play at HMV.
Yeah,
which
but
I
wouldn't you
cannot
rather?
afford at the minute.
I would need you though.
I know, right. You can do an acoustic set, right?
Mate, we've not rehearsed an acoustic set.
Borrow James's stompbox.
Yeah, I was going to say this actually. If we're
I've
doing an
been
acoustic
using
set,
Stompbox,
like, no offense, you might as well not come on Verse because we'll need to rehearse it as an acoustic set, like to rehearsal.
Controversial.
No, I'm just saying though, if he's going to be sat there smashing cymbals while we're doing an acoustic.
No, Tom, just don't go. Just don't go. To
I
gigs,
would do
mate.
that, mate. It's rock and roll, man.
Just like, how are
Mate,
Times you
I've
gig
got.
at HMV?
Right.
It's one.
Here's the thing, right?
What time do you finish at Greg's?
2.
I finished 2 o'clock and the gig's supposed to start at 1.
All right. What time do you start?
Mate, just do a
Right,
show.
just do like 6 till 11 then.
Yeah,
Call
easier
sick.
said than done. Because that means someone then has to come in 3 hours early,
No, can someone
or someone has to start.
Is
or
someone
has to
starting at
stay
6?
3 hours late.
Is someone
Can you
starting
not
at
do it-
6?
Yeah, can you do a later slot?
Could one
Swap a
person
shift.
not do a shift 2 hours later and you just do yours 2 hours earlier?
Because
Please
it's
tell
not
your
that
manager
simple.
from me. If Tom's manager's watching this, you can fuck off, right? Because we need him there. I mean, it'll already have happened.
Or if you're watching, don't fuck off because you might let them have the day off. We don't know what's happening.
True.
Yeah, so it's a lot harder than it seems, Jude.
I know, but it's not you.
Yeah, it's rock and roll.
It's rock and roll, right? But I'd rather have a bit of money, right? I've just played for a trip to Lanzarote, and now I'm playing for a trip to Paris for my girlfriend's birthday.
But there's your first mistake.
That was a problem.
Like-
Me? What the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
Why have you done that for?
Well, it's because it was our 18th. I wanted to do something a little bit special.
Paris? Fuck me.
Yeah,
Jesus.
so we're gonna go down to Liverpool the night before. We're getting a
I
Ryanair
took
flight
Ashley
to
to Dublin
Paris.
so I could go to Temple Bar. I went to the Guinness
Well,
factory.
you're-
I had
Dan,
a
that's
great
how- that's
time.
how you
I'm paying for a trip to Paris.
Like, are you paying for all of Lanzarote as well?
No.
I was going to say, fuck me.
Yeah, that's still like 800 quid.
What? Just for you?
Yeah,
How long you only going
we're doing
5 days?
4-star all inclusive for 5 days.
Oh, you fancy boy.
I know.
What? And it's 800 quid each?
Well, it's 750.
Each rounded
Mate,
up.
you've been ripped off.
No, I haven't.
5 days?
For 5 days to Lanzarote, that is decent.
All inclusive. It's a good price.
Is it?
4-star
Mate,
all
I'm
inclusive,
going there.
yeah.
Where am I going? I don't even know where I'm going. I'm going to Crete for a week for like 500.
What's what star are you going all inclusive?
It's all about the star, mate.
What?
3-star?
3-star? Are you going all inclusive?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
What time
3-star?
of years are you going? What time of years are you going?
I'm going in September for Lanzarote.
September. I'm going September.
No, no,
Mate,
right, you're going to
700
Crete, right?
Yeah.
How far? Lanzarote is a bit further down, and we're going 4-star. That's why I said
Just for our viewers and listeners, if there's any option to drop a comment via YouTube, I know Spotify doesn't give that, but please give your verdict. Who has the better deal? Jude or Tom? Would you rather go to Lanzarote for
right.
£750?
Are you going on a lad
For
holiday?
5 days.
Or Crete
I'm
for
going-
£500?
going with Nicole.
Going with Nicole, right?
you rather
So
go
we're going to a
Vince?
4-star in Lanzarote, and you're going to a 3-star in Crete.
Poland.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
Aye, but I'm going for 2 extra days. 250 quid less each.
Mate, I don't
That's fair
understand
enough.
it's that much of a difference.
Although I'm
like,
going
to be
for
honest
a
with
week in Mallorca in June.
First.
That's
God,
for
James,
a week.
I think we just broke the band.
Yeah,
Why
We'll see you guys in part 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
sorry, I
gonna-
shouted that.
yeah,
See you guys in
that
part
just
3.
sounds spenny to me, like, but fair enough.
Thank you for tuning in for part 2. Please stay tuned for part 3.
you. Just to hear Tom and Jude argue more about where's better.
I'm sure you'll like it.
that is the greatest thing I've ever fucking heard in my life. Is it? Fucking hell, man. Anyway,
Got out of hand.
That's not intense.
Anyway, yeah.
that was
Pouring beer into glass noise.
You had that as the
Sound
transition.
yeah, that just makes you want to go to the toilet.
Intro cunt.
Everybody listen to Off the Stage podcast, you
The copyrighted one. You can't get copyrighted for that one.
sorry.
Aye, flipping heck. That was close. Anyway,
Why is it on the soundboard?
because I haven't been bothered to flip. Oh no, shit, that's it. Oh no, hang
I
on.
love this one.
Sounds like Dino, that.
I think we can have this already now.
To the podcast.
Welcome back to part 3, where we join these two gentlemen here with the band Vennels.
That's beautiful.
Oh, is this actually the guests?
You should become like one of those. You should sell your things on Fiverr, like as a voiceover kind of guy. That's really cool. Anyway,
Oh, I want to see how long this went on for.
It goes on for a while. you can cut it down and stuff like that, but I'm just incredibly lazy.
I love your
Just like-
soundboards.
I'm just gonna keep adding one random thing every single
Yeah,
week, and
please
just
do.
add an extra one. Just like
What do you guys want to hear on the soundboard next week?
Don't know.
My
I'm going to start.
well,
my
your
welcome
welcome backs
backs.
are gonna be. I'm gonna absolutely put the welcome backs on.
Yeah, I
Good
think we
man.
might laugh through them. We might need to get you to record.
I'll record them.
No,
Don't you
no,
worry.
oh, no, it didn't. Because what I'll do is I'll only use that.
Just this microphone.
Yeah, just that microphone.
Clever.
So you see, well,
The powers of technology.
I'm not just a pretty face.
Pretty face.
Pretty face. I'm not just a pretty face.
Welcome back, guys.
Yeah.
How are we doing? Have we had nice little wheeze?
Aye.
I've had delicious weeks.
It's all right.
Delicious wheeze. Are you tasting them?
No, it's delicious as a synonym for.
I was going to
Very
say,
nice.
what's going on at flipping Gateshead College? You're getting wankers, you're getting people
It's an interesting place. It's because it's in Gateshead, that's why.
Aye, well.
There you go.
So, you got questions for part 3?
No, but
Oh,
I've got to
right.
start a new trend. Right?
Okay.
This is why I'm just sorting this out for next week.
All right, okay.
We did a HMV Live and local special back in January. We're doing it again in September. We still need to fill the bill for that.
Yeah.
What we did on that is somebody played a 20-minute set, then we did a 10-minute podcast interview, then 20-minute set, etc. And the person who was doing the interview then asked a question for the next person to answer a question, to ask a question for the next person, etc. So what I'm going to try and do onto this podcast is I want you guys to come up with 3 questions that we can ask Rich next week. And he can answer them. And he's going to ask 3 questions to ask the next one. And then they're going to, etc. We're kind of like...
That's quite a cool idea.
Sort of
yeah.
same question.
That's- you know what?
I think you would be the
I knew
best
there's a
person
reason
to
I
ask
kept
that,
you
Jim,
on.
'cause
I know.
It's,
I don't know
Scott
much
nearly
about
got the job and then he
special-
fucked off. So yeah, if you just want to do a question each, that'd be cool. Don't have to ask it now because I'm well aware. I'll put you on the spot.
Indeed.
So in the meanwhile, what songs you got coming out?
Good question.
Nothing.
Ooh,
That's
and
lies.
And who wrote
Not
that
been-
one?
It's many
No,
lies.
we've so over the winter we got to like September last year and we were like, right, we're not happy with the songs we're playing. We want a new set, so we kind of took a backseat over the winter and wrote a brand new set, which we're now playing.
What's your favourite song of the new ones?
Born by the
Called by
Coast.
the coast.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the
What's it
one.
called?
Born by the
I thought you
Coast.
said Bomb by the Coast.
No, Born.
Okay.
It's not the Bay of Pigs,
Boring.
Connor. Calm down.
You never know.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. I just really like it. Suits me voice well. I think like I enjoy singing it. I
Kind of
enjoy
vibe, is it?
performing it.
It's pretty funky as well, and
like-
there's like this
It's like-
massive instrumental bit at the end, which is
It's
really,
like
really cool.
funky.
It's like a bit
It's-
Chili Peppers, I would say.
Mr. Irwin here, he does some pretty sexy things on the bass during
Oh,
that.
wow.
throughout
Cheers,
the
Nice
Now
little
you're just setting me up for
funk
failure
pedal.
because next time I'll mess up at the next gig. You know what I mean?
Don't worry, there isn't a next gig.
Aye.
Yeah, so we've got how many originals? I think we've got 8 at the minute.
Yeah.
Let's go through them.
Nearly an
So we've
album
got-
worth.
Time, See Your
Time,
Soul,
See-
Born by the Coast,
Cocaine Queen,
Cocaine Queen,
Desert Fish,
Just a Fish, yes.
and then 3 new ones which we're going to play at our
We've
next
got
set
4,
of
don't we?
gigs. Wait,
We've got,
We've got Separate Ways, Shattered TV Screens, which I wrote. It's the first one I've written, kind of. I wrote the verses. And
Room
Walk
3,
in the Rain.
Room 3 and Walking in the
And
Rain.
Room 3, which is in its early stages, so...
Who is the Cocaine Queen?
Dino Chambers.
Cocaine Queen.
Marlene Dietrich.
Young and sweet, only 17.
Honestly, it couldn't be further from that. It was the Cocaine Queen. You'd have to ask Jason. He's not here, but
I think cocaine is just the
I think, yeah,
is the queen.
Madonna.
So the cocaine is the monarch.
Elton John.
Situation.
John. Ooh.
Anyone really?
Anyone is the
Anyone
Cocaine
who
Queen?
you want it
Anyone
to
who
be.
you want it to be.
Yeah, that's you leave it open for people to decide who is the cocaine queen.
And was she found in room 3?
Yeah, she was.
You went want now to do with room 3, like.
And then she went out and walked in the rain.
Yeah, I tell you,
It's
this
like you're starting a
album's got
musical. Vennels the musical. Yeah, it's like
Before the Cocaine and the Queen went their separate ways.
I didn't listen to the other song titles. What are they called? Let's make this work.
Separate ways.
Yeah, I got
Walk
that.
in the rain.
Uh-huh.
And
Don't list the ones that you just said as a pun. I want to see what the other ones are. We can make this work.
shattered TV screens. Don't know where that would fit in.
She shattered a TV screen in room 3.
They went their separate ways. She got so angry that she shattered a TV screen.
In room 3.
Something about a desert fish.
Desert Fish has nothing to do with the actual song. It was just a funny.
The Desert Fish was the cocaine queen.
That's it. That's the one.
Mate,
We are creative writers
We are,
in
yeah.
our profession.
Why?
And we're great.
That's what we do, aye.
Why on about?
Didn't even need ChatGPT for that one.
Yeah. That's a great song you made, though.
That was alright.
Whoa.
Oh,
Earthquake.
Earthquake. You wrote it.
No?
pardon me.
I didn't name it.
It's probably why you hate it then.
I'm enjoying this.
Everyone hates most things. It's all right.
Yeah. Hates his own mother.
So, which is your favourite HMV that you've played?
Oh, it can't be that.
The thing is, you know what it is?
A lot of them
I've
listen
only
to
played
this.
2, so
There's- to be fair, I'll
They both
just
listen to this.
Every kind of time we've done HMV, something's went wrong.
Not with them. With
mostly with the
With
drums.
us. because these are the only gigs we've had to bring all our own gear and like sort everything ourselves, and it's
Normally when you play HMV, something goes wrong with HMV.
the first one.
But Rich has fixed the lift.
he has. That's, yeah.
I don't think he
Yeah.
did it himself.
No, well,
The
But
first,
got someone in.
first one we did, our old front man who booked it didn't tell us until the night before that we needed our own PA, which
Oh,
we didn't
God.
have. So now I had to sort that out the night before, which was a fucking nightmare. The second one was the first one without Dino, so we gave that a go
Which
with me.
HMVs are these?
These were both Eldon Square,
Okay.
and we gave that one a go with me on rhythm guitar, which didn't really.
Sure about
go
do a third
well.
Alden Square one.
We're about to do a third Eldon Square one,
Probably
Big
without
one.
me.
and we
I
did
know.
Sunderland recently.
What?
I did
Not Sunderland,
Gateshead.
Gateshead,
Metro
that's the one, Metro
Centre.
Centre. What?
That was
You don't
good.
remember yeah.
It was
Is there,
all
reason,
I don't
is
know.
there even an
It was-
HMV in Sunderland?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, James just played it on Saturday.
I played it the other day. Aye. It's
It was
quite
very
nice.
good.
I don't know Sunderland.
Metro
You're in
Centre.
it.
Right, yeah.
And this is as far I'll go.
This is as good as it gets, to be fair. Like,
There's a good
the
music
Ice
scene in
is-
Sunderland, though. If you want to talk
There is
originals,
actually,
I've been here and Independent and Fitzy's. That's it.
it gets
That's all there is.
Yeah,
Peacock.
But yeah, play them again.
Small, shitty city.
Oh, mate.
Well, I'm
He's
gonna
on
have
one
to.
tonight.
Someone's trying
think
not to
back
sell
on that,
tickets.
actually. Yeah, someone's trying to not get fans from Sunderland.
If anyone calls Sunderland town,
Oh.
that's stupid.
Well, doesn't Newcastle call it Toon?
Well, yeah, but like, if
You
you're
know,
not
it's
from
me.
Newcastle, you call Newcastle town.
Yeah,
well,
that's me when people call
same
Durham
with Sunderland.
town.
Yeah.
If you call Durham town, there's something wrong with you.
I was.
Depends where you're from, to be honest.
Well, yeah. If you're from the town, because they start off as towns. That's why it's
Newcastle's
called
actually
Toon.
a city.
I used to be. I used to
All
be seeing
cities?
someone who went to Durham Uni,
Only
and
for the
like
cathedral.
I used to be seeing someone who went to Durham Uni, and I was having pals one day, and they were like, "Oh, should we go into town?" I'm like, "It's a bit far," innit?" And they were like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "What, Newcastle?" They're like, "No, Durham." I'm like, "What? Durham's not town." It's a town, but it's
No,
not
mate.
town.
I'm from Durham, and Durham is not town.
I know,
would
town is
never
town.
call Durham
Newcastle is town. Sunderland, and Durham's Durham.
Exactly.
Chester's Chester. Newcastle's town.
And I'll say,
They are. Like,
and the one thing I'll,
Sunderland and Durham's Durham. True words never spoken, Jude.
and Sunderland's set to have the one of the biggest film studios in Europe being built within its premises. So keep a close eye on it.
you are.
I don't think we're the biggest
Oh
film
yeah,
studio.
it
but
would be
it's good.
no, I swear to God, right? It's
many
full
plus?
73. The building, one of the biggest studios in Europe, film studios. So all the films that are being made will be starting to be made in Sunderland, which means all the production, all the music, everything will be coming down specifically to Sunderland.
Well, Sunderland has a massive Nissan, but no one really cares about that. So
Well, the people
they
who work in
called
Nissan
Full
care
Wall?
about, and
I used to
Full
work there. Apparently, it was a
73.
shithole.
I'm sure
Full
they,
73.
I'm sure they directed the Ed Sheeran documentary.
they've done a lot. But they're building a film studio.
Are they actually?
Yeah. It's one of the biggest film studios.
How have we not heard about this?
Because
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
mad, this.
Because I don't know.
Well, yeah, no,
Just
I
have to
got
look
that,
at the
but
news.
I'm adamant it was the Ed Sheeran.
It's Google. Full 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did the Ed Sheeran documentary.
Yeah.
I was watching
They've
like,
done loads,
ah,
they're building a big
thought
big
it was
film
just a
studio.
coincidence.
Yeah.
They're
So
also going to get a botanist soon.
well, yeah,
what?
right.
A
So
botanist?
that's we're
What?
moving
Going
up
to
in the
get a
world.
botanist soon.
A botanist? I've been to the botanist. It's bloody lovely.
I know, I gig
There,
there. a
there
lot,
you go.
But now I might get more gigs
What,
because
the
they're going to have
botanists
one
do
soon.
gigs?
Yeah,
Do they?
yeah.
That burgers are top notch.
The singers are great too.
I went there once and got, what did I get? I can't remember, but it wasn't right. Pina colada wasn't good.
I went there and I got a cheeseburger and it had like crispy onions and like burger sauce and mayonnaise on it, and it was bloody lovely. It was unreal.
Well, there we go.
So, if the botanist, if you're watching this, your burgers are peng.
And if you're watching this, please sponsor the podcast.
Please do.
Yeah. Best
So-
podcast in the Northeast, recorded in Sunderland, specifically.
While
for
we're
a
plugging
reason.
food places, Starbuck Deli, unreal.
Where's
Just
that?
wanted to put it's
The Baltimore Masters in
it's near
heaven,
mine.
unreal.
Unreal. Starbuck
Holt
Deli. it's
Butchers in North Shields, rest in peace. Been taken out for a bus shelter. And they did the best Chinese pork chipolata sausages in the world.
The Baltimore Masters do some unreal pizzas, but the garlic bread pizzas, oh Jesus, they're so good. They are like to die for. That's so good. Owen, what's your takeaway choice? Jesus, they're so good.
It's like in the ASMR, innit? New Peking House from Getmoor.
While we're on it, James, go on, your favourite food place?
I tell you, there's currently a place in Durham called Kokoro, which is like, it's like a takeaway. You can eat in as well, but it's like an Asian place, and it sells like the best sweet and chili chicken and rice. I go there all the time. It's flipping lovely.
Lovely.
Would recommend it.
So, favourite HMV that you've played?
I love how your phone screen's not you and your bird, it's you and Ollie Mears.
I will say about Durham, right?
It's me signing my CD for Ollie Mears.
Durham's food scene's pretty good because they've got an Italian there called
big
Uno
fan.
Momento.
Oh, mate, it's not that.
That is, it's the arrabbiata from there. Jesus Christ, I nearly wet myself.
Just going back to the podcast, guys, sorry. We got 2 new Instagram questions.
Oh, let's go.
Not even read them yet. At Shannon in the Wild _ says, how many pints is your limit before you perform live?
3.
2.
3 or 4.
How many I can afford.
You've got a problem.
I'd say 3 or 4 because anything after that I start to play a bit sloppy. But like 3, like anywhere from like
You need
3
one
is the
to get
sweet
on
spot.
stage.
2
At
to
least.
4, it takes the edge off.
I'm hit miss. So if I'm just doing an acoustic gig, I'll have a couple of pints. I don't mind. But I'll drink them during. It's fine.
Yeah.
If I'm doing a loop pedal set, I'm strict no alcohol.
Oh,
until I
mate,
finish
a
the
loop
set.
pedals.
If I did a gig, the gig that we did at Little Buildings on April 7th, I did a strictly no alcohol because I drank far too much the day before, far too much the day before that, and far too much the day after. I was like, okay, I'm not going to drink anything for this gig at all, and it was probably one of my worst performances.
The day
So you
after
need
was
to
when we
drink.
went out with Bear, but God, let's not mention that.
What's your drink limit for a gig, James? I'll have like
Dude on the wine.
triple digits in it.
One, to be
In
honest,
bed by
no.
11 o'clock.
No, it's not. It's like I'll have like a pint, to be honest.
Yeah.
A pint?
And then I'll have a pint afterwards.
That's
One
good
pint
stuff.
to relaxes. We're
always driving, aren't we?
To chill out. Yeah.
A pint to relax, like 1 pint to relax is never enough.
And
Well, it is
Nah,
when
you need
when
two,
you're
I
when you're
2 or
30,
3.
you're 35 years old. It definitely is.
final
I'm 19 to be fair. So.
Instagram question we got. James Critchlow says,
So Neo Electrics,
Uh-huh.
brilliant Sunderland band.
I think
headlining our festival, 17th of June.
Yeah,
Get yourself on
of course. Yeah.
You have to dip a Yorkshire pudding in brown sauce or mayonnaise. Which one are you choosing?
Brown sauce.
Oh, I don't know because I tried a bacon sandwich with brown sauce and it was nowhere near as
Fantastic.
nice as it smelled.
It is the best thing ever.
Ketchup?
I
No,
like
brown
brown
sauce, right, was a fucking massive
I'm
letdown.
brown sauce.
Oh,
and
Is that the first time you've had
all
it?
day.
Yeah.
What, recently?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, I've never had brown sauce until about
I've never had brown
a month
sauce.
and a half ago.
Oh, man,
And
brown
I'm
sauce.
still picking brown sauce.
Brown
Brown sauce
sauce
with a
is
bacon sandwich.
overrated.
I don't even know what it is. I don't know what
Tomato
it tastes
sauce
like.
is overrated. If you're still
Absolutely
using
not.
tomato
Ketchup
sauce, if you're
is-
still using ketchup with your food, you're under the age of 7.
No, that's
Yeah,
controversial.
this is
Standard
fucking
in this.
ridiculous. This is absolute
What do you have with your
slander
chips?
by
What
the
do you have with your
highest
chips?
order. What do I have in my chips?
Tomato sauce.
No, it's mayonnaise.
Nah.
Are you fucking wrong?
Mayonnaise in with your chips.
That's a that's a
I'll get you
mother's
away with
condiment.
barbecue sauce.
At least flavoured mayo, like garlic or peri.
Yeah, it has to be
I had
like
chili
garlic.
mayo the other day. It was nice. It's fine, but it's not
Yeah,
ketchup.
right. I will say this, right. Any variation of mayonnaise, like garlic mayo, pepper mayo, I've had sriracha mayo. They're all amazing.
I'm not
right?
having chips with ketchup.
Bog
plain
standard
mayo.
mayonnaise is good on a chicken burger, and that is it.
And it's still
Yeah,
good, but
I
you're not
agree
having
with that.
ketchup on it.
Ketchup is the most versatile condiment.
Yeah, for a 5-year-old. I have it with everything. Take the kids out of food. We took them to Toby Carvery before, and he wanted ketchup with his.
All right, that's where I draw the line.
Right.
But like
But kids have
burger,
ketchup with everything.
right? Yeah, right. Sunday dinner with ketchup is a bit wrong. I will say that, but burger,
with
ketchup,
mayonnaise, it's even wrong.
ketchup and mustard,
Burger sauce and burgers.
burger sauce, and
Sometimes a bit of relish.
right. I'll just brush past that.
You're not a relish fan?
Chips, ketchup. Yes, very nice. Barbecue sauce. Sometimes garlic mayo is good. What else? Give us some foods.
Corn on the cob.
I don't really corn on the cob. Let's be honest.
Nothing better than a corn on the cob with just butter and salt.
Oh, nectar.
Oh yeah. That's fair.
Thank you.
I'm
But,
not a cob guy.
yeah.
No, you've got to love it. If you're going to go Crete, you know how you get people just like ice cream vans and stuff. You're going to find a man sat on a stool with a little tray of shit going, do you want it grilled or like oven cooked? Yeah, grilled or boiled, sorry, what the fuck? And this guy with a corn on the cob and you
I didn't
come
realise
along
sweet corn, to be honest.
well,
Turkish ice cream, man.
Mate,
great.
banging.
But yeah, ketchup was the most versatile condiment,
the
and
most
you kind of
overrated
convinced me
condiment
of
I'm going in with.
it. That is bullshit.
Nah, it's not.
Mate.
Chicken nuggets. What would you have with that?
Barbecue sauce.
Are you joking?
Nobody gets ketchup from McDonald's.
Yes,
Unless-
everyone I know gets
Unless-
ketchup from barbecue sauce.
You can't drive because you're too young to do it.
Right, barbecue sauce from McDonald's overrated. Sweet curry, I can get away with.
Our
Anything that
Alaska
isn't ketchup.
sweet curry.
Ketchup is unreal.
Just because you've got it on your headset.
Yeah, this is
Fun
slander.
joke to
You were
our,
like, oh yeah,
visuals.
use your headset beforehand. Oh, now you just fucking ripping the shit out of it.
I love the
He's
fact that
had
there's-
this calculated from the start.
There's going to be somebody watching this going like, I thought I was colourblind for a good hour.
I've had these headphones for like 3 years, and it's only started to like break on this side. So like when I pull it out too far, it starts to like fucking bend back on itself. But if you put it back in, it's all right. But
Right, maybe not then.
I can assure you, they're not covered in ketchup.
Good.
And if they were,
Nothing should be.
I wouldn't mind.
Sorry, James, what's your outtake on this?
Gravy.
Parsnips.
Right. Come on. Have you had KFC gravy?
Oh, yeah.
Overrated. To
Yeah.
fuck. It's mid.
It's
not even
overrated,
good.
but I still think it's good gravy.
If you want a really good dinner, go to Platform 33 in Shields and get the mince and dumplings.
Chips and
North or
ketchup in
south?
it.
Naughty.
North or South Shields?
South Shields, not North Shields. Shields for me is South Shields because I'm from below the river.
Say Shields for me is no Shields because I'm born in...
I ran into that
Shields.
problem when I was in Dog and Parrot one time. There was like, oh, where you from? And I was, and they went, oh, Shields. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm near there. And they were like, and I started talking about things from South Shields. And like, what are you talking about? And I was like, you're from North Shields, aren't you? And they went, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, South Shields. That's a weird. It's kind of like a language barrier almost. I find.
Yeah,
If you're
there's a
from
ferry
Rotherham.
in between, we're really in there.
I mean, yeah. Has anyone actually ever got the ferry?
Oh, me all the time. I used to go to South Shields as like a holiday because South Shields was lovely in comparison.
There's a nice beach in Tynemouth that I've been to, and Cullercoat is nice
That's great.
as well. But
There's a great
and-
bar at the top of it called Surf Cafe,
Oh, aye.
and you guys should check it out.
We've played
Played
that
that.
before Tom.
Yeah, before me.
Yeah, well, Tom, you should check it out.
BT before
I
Tom.
think I should go there.
So before we wrap up this episode, because it's been quite a lengthy one to be fair,
Yeah.
3 questions we're going to ask Rich next week.
Oh shit, I haven't even thought.
I was too busy focused on your slander of ketchup to think about
Rich, do you prefer ketchup or mayo?
Ketchup or mayo?
Right.
Who's the-
opinions on ketchup basically just.
Opinions on ketchup being the second one.
Who's
That's
the
not sound.
It is now. It's what you said.
Who's the biggest dick that's played HMV?
I'd like to see that. Really.
Who has the biggest dick?
That can be Tom's.
Hey, hang on.
Now, I'm just going to say it right here and there. He's not going to answer that question.
Yeah, absolutely not.
But we could probably get him to say like, what did the biggest dick do
Yeah, that's
in
a good
HMV, and then like people can maybe people could put the dots together, or maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think if you said what's the worst
What was the
thing,
biggest dick move? in
what's the
HMV?
biggest dickest, like don't not naming any names
What's
unless
the
you
biggest
subscribe
dick
to our
move?
Patreon and
What's the biggest? What's the worst
What's
thing?
the dickish thing?
well put what who's the biggest dick play HMV, and then we can kind of like because that was the
biggest
question.
fiasco you've ever seen.
Because then we can break it down afterwards. I mean,
Catch up now.
to be fair, like he's going to be watching this episode, so he's going to understand what the questions are. So he's going to have time to think.
This episode's out the week after. It's
Oh
on the
shit!
pod.
Yeah. Oh well, maybe.
Rich doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
We haven't even started doing this by the time Rich is catching up.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I.
Right. So who's the biggest dick? Duck.
quiet. It was just like,
One more question, boys. Go on.
I'm trying to think.
Needs to be a good
Play
one.
I'm
HMV.
trying to think of a good one. Somewhere.
I think one like relevant to
HMV.
HMV management style.
What's the best-selling record?
No, that's shite.
Well, you know what I mean? It's
Shite. Let's think.
You know what he's told us the other day as well?
It has
He
to
said,
be more like
out of
kind
all
of
the-
personal stories, like the biggest selling record. You could probably just look that up on Google.
He says out of all like the celebrities that have came in, like Jimmy Carr is the one that will come into HMV Newcastle and just be, I just want to see how my DVDs are selling. Like he actually takes an interest and goes in and checks all that kind of stuff out. Oh, that was quite an interesting fact.
I mean, if you can't think of a question, I've got a cool question.
Go on.
What's the weirdest thing someone's stolen from HMV?
Ooh, that's a good one.
people steal from HMV. Like,
Yeah, we've got a good chat about it.
I'll tell you what. Make it
I didn't even know that was a place.
Oh, well, put
In,
on that.
uh,
The rules for
In conjunction with the name of the episode, what's the biggest fiasco you've ever seen in HMV?
That's pretty much just free, isn't it?
It's
spelled Fiasco?
Fiasco.
No, I just mean like customer.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, okay,
Not just a
and that-
performer,
yeah, no, I
like a
meant to say.
You
customer.
better get that right when you do the podcast
Yeah.
thing
Because I've seen some shit in
Biggest
Greg's that
fiasco.
you'll not believe.
to happen in HMV.
Mate, to be fair, I've seen some stuff in morals.
If we're going to close out this episode, I'd like to leave it with a story from Greg's.
Go on then, Tom. Take it away.
So,
Quick story because we are running low on time now.
yeah. So there was this one woman that came into Greg's, right? And I just started my shift, right? 10 minutes in, I started sweeping up the back, and then I came out the front, first customer I served. She comes up to the counter, takes about 3 minutes to order, which for Greg's is a fucking while.
That's a while.
Yeah, and she said, can I have a chicken bake, a sausage roll, a cup of tea, and a Belgian bun? So immediately after ordering, she turns to the woman behind her and says, "You're trying to steal my stuff," because she had some stuff with her. And this old woman, right, she was bloody lovely, and she just got very offended. I handed her stuff. I handed the Belgian bun, and she says, "It's not warm." And I was like, thinking about I thought she was talking about a chicken bake. And I was like, "Oh no, your chicken bake's over here." And she said, "No, the Belgian bun isn't warm. Keeping in mind it's kept in a cold counter at 3 degrees."
Yeah.
And then she said, I was like, "Oh no, your Belgian buns aren't, like, we'll kind of heat them up, they're cold. They're kept in a cold counter." And she went, "Ugh." And then she handed it back after paying for it. So I just had that behind the counter. She went and sat down next to the cappuccino man, who's deaf and orders a cappuccino every time. Shout out to the cappuccino man, he's an absolute legend. He left within 5 minutes of her sitting down.
If he's deaf, he's not going to be listening. But
Yeah,
shout anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, well, whatever.
That's me.
If he watches for the fun actions, shout out to the cappuccino man. And
Sign language. There.
Yeah. Just captions it instead.
we'll get there one day. And he left within 5 minutes. She sat down with her 2 Sports Direct bags full of clothes just on the floor. I went to the back to do some work. I came back out. The Sports Direct bags were now empty because the contents were all over the floor within a 3 meter squared perimeter. Just clothes all over the shop floor. And I said, "Fuck that! I'm not dealing with that." I went back into the back to package some hot food. I came back out. She had just walked out the door. I walk over. I just see from the counter the absolute carnage that is left on the table. I walk back. She managed to pack her clothes back herself, thankfully. Although she did forget a cardigan that she was wearing and her glasses, which were under the table in its case, that she's forgot. The cardigan was covered in remnants of chicken bake. The table was covered in the rest of the bags. She'd left her sausage roll completely, didn't touch it, didn't touch her cup of tea. So 3 of the things she'd ordered, she's not touched. She ate half of her chicken bake. The rest of it was strewn about the table. And the kicker is that she opened a bag of mini cheddars, crushed them up like with a fucking mallet and crushed them up or something, and left it all over the table. There was no table left. It was just packets of shit and mini cheddar crumbs left on the table. When I normally clean the table, I use a dishcloth and just wipe the table. I had to get the dustpan.
Make it short.
I had to get the dustpan and brush out to clean this table.
That makes sense. Right?
Oh man, I've got home.
And then
the story in
3
the
hours later,
She came
I
back.
spotted her outside
And then the
her
crocodile ate
boots.
the sausages.
I spotted her outside her boots. She was getting arrested by security for trying to nick a can of deodorant. So we went back out to give her stuff, and then she shouted at my manager's face, "No, they're not mine." And
It just keeps going.
We tried to give her them back. It took 10 minutes for her to actually accept her stuff back. And then I've never saw her again.
That's how you met your girlfriend. So,
And with that off the stage, I leave you.
yeah, thank you for listening to Off the Pastry. So if people were to find you guys on socials, what do they type?
Vennels.band.
Spell Vennels?
VENNELS.BAND.
You thought hard about band, didn't you?
It's
B as in band,
it's a
A as in
photo.
and as in
You'll be able to tell because the profile picture is a photo of my sister's leg with the Vennels logo tattooed on her leg.
There you go.
Dedication.
Dedication.
You can't leave this band now.
No, I can't because she's got my other band tattooed on there as well.
Wow.
You stuck for life.
It is me stuck for life.
Sister's crazy.
Well, it's your sister's stuff for life. You can leave if you want. Like.
Yeah, your sister's the new drummer.
That's fucking her. That's her thing.
Thank you everyone for listening. If you can follow us on socials, we are Off the Stage UK. Check us out on everything. Off the Stage 2 on Twitter. We do a weekly gig guide every Monday where we advertise the local gigs on the Northeast. Also found on the Spark FM radio where we have a bit of a partnership on the go. We do a lot with HMV. We might be doing something with HMV Metro Centre pretty soon. We're still kind of figuring out what the crack is.
Yeah, we are. Like.
Yeah, I'll get around to that.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Drop us comments, drop us likes, tell your friends, tell your family, give us reviews, etc., etc., etc. Festival, 17th of June.
Yes.
Headlined by the Neil Electrics, Ellen and Fail to Ignite are going to be there. Loads of great other acts as well. Pay what you want on the door. Before we go, what are you guys going to play for us on our pub table sessions?
It's got to be See Your Soul, I think.
I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna
See
try.
Your Soul.
Basically, the crack is our lead guitarist isn't here who would have done this bit. I do
Jude's
play a
got
bit
a
of
broken
guitar.
finger.
Broken finger.
Yeah,
Not
he cut
actually
it.
broken, I cut it at work. Tom doesn't play guitar.
Dismembered finger.
And I
So-
play bass, so
So we're gonna give it a go.
What's the chords? Do you need me to play it for you?
I don't know.
I think I can get away with it. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll give it a practice.
We'll
I'll
see
set
you in
things
part
up.
4.
See you in part 4. We'll see.
Get the
Go on, Tom.
And we'll also
get
see
the,
us next
the
week.
Lord of the Rings on.
No. Go on then.
Thank you for watching this episode of Off the Stage. And now, a special performance from our guests of this episode. This is the end. But thank you for listening and watching. Please enjoy this next performance.
Live at the ISIS
From the Vennels.
the greatest from the greatest city in the northeast.
You know what it is. I nearly tried that. I nearly tried it. Never mind. Anyway, see you next week.
Thank you very much.
See the rain as it washes the windows dry. Hear the wind as it races through the street. 7 days all it took you to change your mind. But the pain only brought you to your feet. Every day it feels like the first. I don't know, time is going backwards. All you do is call in the hurt. Time flies, I'm waiting for the answers. Take me back to the winding, lonely roads. Open your heart, I wanna see your soul. Stand up, she said, take another. Slow down, my son, don't run for cover. You take what you need and you work for the rest. And the way that you went, you left a hole in my chest. Every day it feels like the first. I don't know, time is going backwards. All you do is call in the hurt. Time flies, I'm waiting for the answers. Take me back to the winding, lonely road. Open your heart, I wanna see your soul. Nelly.
We can blag that, can't we? We can blag that.
Hi, I'm Ollie Murs, and you've been listening to Off the Stage podcast. Make sure you tune in next time.